Okay, so I come out here to try to finish my top link project and something don't look right here. I usually check exactly where I park my tractor, and it's like 3 or 4 inches off from the spot that I normally park it next to, and the bucket is not the way I normally leave it. Hopefully them landscaping guys didn't sneak and borrow it, because they were over today. I mean, Mrs. Kapper would not use it when I'm gone, I don't think. And that window is open, and I never ever leave the windows open because I don't want mice climbing in. What the? Look at that. What's up? Wait a minute, wait a minute. What the hell? That's not there either. Somebody has been in my tractor. My towel is gone on my seat. What the chuck? Tissue? Oh boy. I'm going to have a chat with Mrs. Kapper, because I'm pretty sure this wasn't the landscaping guys now that I see the evidence. And she hasn't even signed the operator's conditional use agreement yet that I made, with the hopes that it would discourage her from using it. God dang it, man. So who knows what she did? She probably went joyriding, I bet. Well, hopefully it all works and runs still. We'll see here shortly. Right, so I went ahead and spray painted all the places, well, the whole thing, since I ground it down to bare metal. But remember when I said that bushings and class 2 is not class 2 is not class 2 because of manufacturers? Well, this standard bushing that's from Cat 1 to Cat 2 does not fit here on my iMatch. And the iMatch is a John Deere product, just so you know. It's not an aftermarket one. So now I need to grind down this bushing, probably an 1/8 inch give or take, so the bushing fits in, just like I had to grind down this bushing. Okay, so now I have the piston all in place. Looks really good. And it's time to connect the hydraulic lines. These two plugged in just perfect. I just have to get them wrapped kind of the right way. I've seen them where they kind of come under. It's like a 3-foot line. So I got to get them wrapped the right way so that when it comes up and down, when I raise the whole thing, it don't bind them anywhere. Okay, so now the moment of truth. I'm still not fully convinced it's going to work properly, and only because it came with 2 adapters here, the ones I showed you earlier. And so these lines thread right into that, so I'm assuming the adapters were if there was different size lines. So we'll see if it works or not. Time to give it a try. I decided to go underneath, keep it out of the way. It can go here also with a loop, but I thought, you know, if any implements are larger sticking out, this is out of the way, and this is all the way down. So it's fine all the way down, and I'm pretty sure up it's just gonna keep that bend with no problem. So let's try it out, man. Here we go. Okay, the moment of truth, man. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm afraid of doing it. Hope nothing goes flying off of there. Alright, first thing is just to raise lower it. Perfect. Now for the real test. Nice and slow too. Looking good. Nice work. Let me show you quick the concept of how helpful this will be. Even though everything is quick attach or eye match, the implements are all a little different. So if you look at, let's say, the disc here, okay, that's pretty well, actually, the top is canted out just a little bit from the base, all right? You look at the blade is pretty well straight up and down, all right? Then you look at the broken two-row planter, and here you could see the front is out forward a little bit from the base, which I'm hoping to fix that. But my point is that on almost every time I back in, I have to take and telescope that top link just a little bit one way or another. So let's see if it works. Okay, it's kind of tight space in here in the shop, but I think you'll get the idea. Success. No fluids leaking. Obviously, the other benefit you could see is while you're mowing, you could tilt your mower up and down, which on flat ground is usually not an issue, but when you're in hill country, it is. Rock and roll. Right, these bolts need to change. I suspect maybe they're on upside down. These need to go down to the bottom. I felt on the bottom side and there's nothing sticking out. They're recessed. So I'm going to have to look at that because this shaft is going to be sitting right here. And if I lower it too much, it's going to grind right on those. So little things you got to pay attention to when you're firing up a new tractor for the first time. Okay, so on this hitch pin, here's the spacer. And then there was a whole nother top piece, and these thread into the main drawbar. I'm going to just take these bolts out. I think they went overkill. But it's probably for much larger implements. But for my purposes, I mean, I could flip this upside down, but then them 6-inch bolts are hanging down and I get into a lot of nasty stuff. So I'm going to just pull these bolts out, put a couple short bolts in there to preserve the threads, and just use it like I have been as a regular. Oh my gosh, look at this. I just got all of this fixed up down here, put my toolbox away, and look what was in the bottom of it. Are you kidding me? So yeah, we'll get rid of that and that box of tissue right there. I don't think I'll be needing tissue much. Now some good orange goop grease remover, maybe. Okay, well there you have it. Looking good. That's how it was supposed to go on yesterday. It should have been a half-hour install. Instead I had to grind for hours and hours. But that's just sometimes how it is. This should be extremely, extremely helpful since I have everything on eye match, so everything is really nice. The only difference is some of them are a little tilted, a little forward and back, so that should really come in handy. So stay tuned. I'll put this to use and keep putting this thing in the field, so looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.